So, although we can use a modified jet engine, I also believe part of the process of making a next generation plane slash spacecraft slash shuttle for going up into the upper atmosphere and visiting planets is working with field dynamics around the ship or around parts of the ship. So here's one idea. So if we have this crossover of cable, which is powered by a coil, we would have a rotating magnetic field. Now, I've tried to draw that same diagram in 3 dimensions, but with an orange core which is acting as an antenna to actually allow the propagation of that rotating magnetic field to be applied to any kind of outer exterior part of a plane which is metallic. However, there's an additional way we can do this, an alternative. So if we have a small cylinder, you have a microwave going into it and a fluid, a magnetic ring and an antenna. We're going through the same process which we are in a jet engine, but we're minimizing it to a cell. So we can use a cell inside of a ship that can be pulled in and out to operate and create a force field mechanic. So this M shape represents the actual exterior of that forward-facing jet engine design which I was looking at as a bit of fun. So here we have the warp cell for creating a field dynamic around the ship. Here we also have the magnetron-like idea which I've spoken about in other videos for creating a field around the ship. Or we can use that cylinder-like core object with the rotating magnetic field again to create a field around a ship using antennas to propagate the actual field. So what does this mean in reality? Well, I would like to think that an oscillation at a certain frequency will produce some kind of propulsion in the void. However, what I also feel is a magnetic field being produced in a direction would also possibly create this area for an object to fall into or warp, being that a magnetic field is a prominent part of gravity and maybe a simple explanation for it in terms of a field around an object that things fall into. However, we can also create this rotating magnetic field due to the time crystal-like nature of the magnetron-like idea which I spoke about, where we're having a light wave rotated and returning back to its original position, resulting in a magnetic field in a specific direction, or something like this, where we work with plasma and that plasma oscillation is being used to propagate a wave like this. And then we have the propulsive force of the actual ions being produced by the exhaust under the pressure of heat and the microwaves being used.